Pole position, Sammy Venables. Chris Woodger on the front row with him. I think that's Tanasi Barnicoat on grid 3, it is. Is that John Watkins behind? Yes, it is, on grid 4. Andrew Motherwell up on grid 6. On the front row with him, cart number 9. Adam Whilton had a good run in that pre-air final. I guess the family's watching. I should be looking out for the come on Adam Whilton, the Whilton. Who'll get the whole shot? It's Venables from Barnicoat. Will they all make it through? Pretty much. But it's Venables, Barnicoat, Woodger. On the outside, cart 9 in the white is Adam Whilton. Looking for a good run, under pressure from Watkins, who has to turn very tight, and that's put Ben Atkinson on his bumper in the black. Andrew Mather, quiet in the pre-air, well up in the main air, and Chris Bell on the tail of this group. And there's a big gap behind. I'm not sure what happened to Darry Sims. Woodger looking for the lead, or there's Liam Cochrane. No sign of Darry Sims. Not sure what's happened there. Hang on. That's going to be bad news. He's off in Zulu. His championship title tilt takes another knock. But it's Woodger now leading ahead of Sammy Venables. Tanasi Barnicoat in third. Going past Seb Algiri, who was in that off with Darry Sims, who's restarted at the tail of the field. Barely on the lead lap. And he heads for pit lane. He's had enough for the day. That's the score he'll have to drop. So it's Woodger, Venables. Woodger, Venables. There's Tanasi Barnicoat gone. He slid down the field. Whilton's ahead of him. Barnicoat down the inside. So Woodger, Venables and John Watkins fighting out for the trophies as it stands at the minute. A gap behind him to Tanasi Barnicoat, who's got back ahead of Adam Whilton, Ben Atkinson, Christopher Bell, Andrew Mather. Gap then to James Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst in 9th, John Buck, Liam Cochrane in 11th, outside the top 10 right now. At the moment, this looks like a score heel drop as well. Old people talking to themselves. So Barnicoat trying to get back on terms with Woodger, Venables and Watkins, and he's getting across. Atkinson holding up Christopher Bell. Up at Christmas corner. Bell still on the bumper. Oh, Atkinson still on the bumper of Bell. Woodger doing what he did in the pre-air final. Getting in front and sitting on the front. Unable to break clear. Perhaps he's hoping for John Watkinson to put a move in on Sammy Venables. Barnicoat's going to get back on here. Barnicoat's the fastest thing on the circuit by about 0.4 of a second with a 43.8. These three are not going to sort out the trophies between themselves if Barnicoat has anything to do about it. Bell's got ahead, or is still ahead of Ben Atkinson. No, he's got ahead. Whilton behind with Mather in 8th. 9th is Liam Cochrane ahead of James Hazelhurst. So Cochrane's doing what he does, working his way up the line. Mather's his next target. It's a group of 4 at the front now. Wood just put a couple of cart lengths into Venables, and Barnicoat's back on the bumper of John Watkins. And Christopher Bell's going to get across as well. He's dropped Ben Atkinson. Atkinson now trying to hold off Whilton. Oh, and there's plenty going on behind. Let's just drop in and have a look. Mike Noon in the rainbow outfit. Bobby Dawes in the green lid. Freddie Fincham in there. Everybody fighting hard for whatever they can get. What other way would they be? Back up front. Would you, as he threatened to do in the pre-air, has got a bit of an advantage. It's not much, it can't afford any mistakes. Watkins through to second now, and as Venables drops to third, Chris Bell's got ahead of Barnicoat. So Chris Bell, thinking of the championship here, has gained a whole lot of points in this final on Darry Sims, good. And a few more points on Liam Cochrane, who's just catching up now with Andrew Mather. But it has been a disappointing day for Darry Sims. Would you back under pressure now? John Watkins. He's caught up with him, and Venables down the inside. No, he's holding off Chris Bell, who's gone round the outside of Venables at Christmas. Barnicoat makes it a 3-way dice for third place. Around the outside of Venables through Zulu. What a move. And it's Atkinson, Whilton, Mather, and Liam Cochrane now has caught up with the leading group and will probably start chewing his way through. Up to Christmas corner, and Chris Woodger's managing to hold 0.2 of a second. Well, it's not that now, it's a cart length on John Watkins. Watkins going for the win. Barnicoat ahead of Sammy Venables. And Watkins looking to the inside into the boot section. Is he going to cut across to the apex? Yes, he is, on the toe. There's contact. Woodger opens the steer in, and Watkins loses momentum, and he might lose out here to Christopher Bell. He's got the inside for the turn into the first corner. That's good, he's going to need it. He needs a good, clean, fast line. Up to Christmas corner, here comes Christopher Bell. But that cart's got a good engine on it. Oh, and Venables from a long way back, and he takes out Chris Bell again. So that's a penalty for Venables, and that's just helping Liam Cochrane in the championship. With Darry Sims already in pit lane, Liam Cochrane is going to gain more points, and it's almost as though the championship is destined for Liam Cochrane. So it's Woodger, Watkins, Barnicoat, Atkinson, Whilton, Venables with a penalty. I would think Andrew Mather and Liam Cochrane. Cochrane now in 8th place and lining up Andrew Mather. Venables to the inside of Whilton. Whilton gives ground, and Cochrane's gone through to 7th place on Andrew Mather. Next target is Whilton. And Christopher Bell comes into pit lane and parks up. He's had enough. And it's a penalty for kart 24, which is Sammy Venables, but we knew that anyway. And we have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes between Chris Woodger and a first win in the lightweight class. Can John Watkins run him down? Look at that, it's 2 cart lengths. On the back straight, Woodger getting a bit nervous now, looking over his shoulder. Whilton's just picked off Venables, and Cochrane's got ahead of Whilton as well. Liam Cochrane, it's too far. I think that's as far as he's going to get. But Liam Cochrane's up to 5th place, which is going to seem as good as a win, with Bell and Sims both in pit lane. So Woodger, yellow flag out, somebody parked off at Inkerman's, and that's put Watkins on the bumper now. I fear this could be a repeat of the Pre-A final, where Woodger gets done towards the finish, in sight of the flag, if not quite there. Barneycourt's not out of this one, and Atkinson could end up on the podium. Cochrane's finishing in 5th, Whilton will be 6th, Mather, James Hazelhurst. There's a penalty out for cart number 4, which is Andrea Fioravanti, but he's not a player in this final. It's all about the win now. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I suspect that's going to be the rest of this lap and one more. Oh, traffic in the worst possible place. The leaders have made it by. Onto the back straight. Into the boot. Has Watkins got anything left for a big finish? Will it be the final lap board this time? It's not. We're going to have at least one more after this one. But Woodger's got a gap. It was 0.3 of a second. That's right on the edge of the toe up to Christmas Corner. Barneycourt is there to pick up the pieces, but I don't think he's going to be able to strike for second or the win from there. On the back straight, Chris Woodger. Andrew Ward takes a look over his shoulder. He needs to get out of the way at the right moment. Oh, Watkins got really close there. Is he practicing for the last lap? Because it is the last lap. The final lap board is out, and Andrew Ward needs to get out of the way. He needs to pull to the right. Venables off the road. They're running up to Christmas Corner. John Watkins looks to the inside. Woodger goes to cover. Barneycourt is now there onto Winkerman's, and Woodger has to go narrow. And still Andrew Ward's in the way. Although, to be fair, he's going quick enough. He might not be a factor. It's going to be a dive bomb in the boot here. It's Woodger. He needs to concentrate on it. Watkins straight across to the apex of the toe. It's not there. Chris Woodger's going to win. Chris Woodger into the last corner. John Watkins will be second, but it's a first win for Chris Woodger ahead of John Watkins, Selassie Barneycourt, Ben Atkinson, Liam Cochrane, Adam Whilton, Andrew Mather, James Hazelhurst, James Venning. John Buck was 10th, but with both Darry Sims and Christopher Bell in pit lane, you have to wonder whether or not 5th place might be crucial in terms of the championship more than a win for Liam Cochrane.